I wasn't that mean, I swear.
I
Cannot
forgot,
communicate with the
did you wear a
external.
beret when you were at the beginning?
Huh?
Did you have a beret on?
No, I didn't.
Okay, that wasn't you.
That was probably Mari.
No, because it looks... Oh, wait.
From somewhere else. What did you find?
This out of context is awkward, but it's so funny.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I'm trying to
The
get the
last
bad
picture-
ending and you're just doing this to me.
Yes, I'm art dumping all the stuff, but it's just because it's so much memory lane.
Oh, this one!
Out of context, that is so awkward.
Okay, guys, I have to explain. This is the actual image. This is the actual image. That's the actual image, okay, guys? Don't worry about it.
I will attest that is the first image in the set of 3.
I know.
I will attest to this. She's not making it up. That was posted first.
That's the actual thing, and it was because I had been going through a very, very, very bad time, and she wanted to cheer me up, and then she noticed that it kind of looked a bit rapey.
Words! Choose your language right!
But that's what the link says!
Oh my god.
Oh, worrying. Don't worry about it.
Said that.
Don't you dare worrying about it. Yeah, select the screen.
Wait, what link? Link to what, Dial?
There are a bunch of buttons.
You have so many. I posted so many links.
Splits and switch.
Oh, I found something from 2010.
Oh, jeez.
It's just a hedgehog wishing you a happy birthday.
Mmm.
I'm gonna try to hold back a bit so I can find
Strange
something
noise.
good.
It's probably the electricity. Guys, I think I turned the electricity on.
Please note that if you do browse through this stuff, it can be a little NSFW-ish, 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So look at your own risk.
Her art's really good, but people did ask her to do a lot of things. And she also did a lot of things because she wanted to.
She tailored to many different types of commissions, honestly, so...
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of great, because she actually did a whole different types of variations. Oh my god, I found the best one!
Oh my god, which one?
Ah! Stupid thing. Yeah.
Okay, so this only says Firi. I'm worried.
No, it's a good one!
How good is good? That's the question. Oh, this is actually one of the first ones she made!
Yeah, so I'm like, this is one of the good ones!
Yeah! This one is where she wanted to start working on art for her friends and stuff like that. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, I've liked butterflies since forever. And my mom literally just recently was like, oh, you like butterflies? And I was just like, yeah? It was funny.
Oh no. Little
Anyway.
bucket, don't freeze on me!
Anyway. Couldn't finish the fill, blah blah blah. I want to finish this because this freaking place is making me very uncomfortable.
I'm sorry. I'm just like distracting you.
Yeah, you really are. Even if I fall in, the shark is already dead. But no one likes an indecisive man, Junpei. I can still give you advice from the chair too. You know. I just don't want to stay in this room any longer than we have to. Go over to that screen and let's go get this over with. After her words had made it clear that Lotus would book no argument, let's just go back and see what's going on. A message on the screen was disturbingly detached. Well, like we thought, it's not going to work unless someone sits in it. How ironic that this would be the situation in which this slim, beautiful body is useful. Lotus, are you sure? I can sit in it, and you can solve. Junpei's right. It was screwed up. And then I read everything else. And she turned and walked towards the chair without hesitation. But she did not sit down. Despite what she had said, she did indeed feel hesitation. Her legs shook. Look, do you think you could do me one last favor? Don't say last. You're making me nervous. Just listen. If something happens to me, I want you to tell my daughters that I love them very much. She has daughters?!
Yeah.
No. Tell them that I will always love them. Daughters? You've got kids? Yes, I do. I suppose they're about your age, Junpei. They're twins. Oh, look at the boobs. I had them. I'm sorry,
This
it's
is
just
not Honey Pop. This is not Honey Pop.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to stream this if it was Honey Pop.
Yes, you would. You just had to go to a different place.
Shh, we don't talk about the different place. I had them when I was young after
No, I'm saying
some
you just
things
stream it over
happened.
Skype then, I'm saying. That's all.
Okay. Their names are Nona and... Wait! Nona? Junpei's words shut out before he even realized what he was saying. He remembered the story Seven had told him. Aoi, Light, and Nona. Those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were there in the experiment, I mean.
I'm sorry, Dial.
Are not meant to be... No, I'm sorry, Patrick. Maybe you should just get a computer.
Ouch. Shots fired.
Ha! What's wrong with you? Lotus took a step back from Junpei. Seven looked just as shocked as Junpei. He blinked his eyes rapidly as if he weren't sure if he was completely awake. No way, it couldn't. Lotus, is your last name Kashiwabara? Lotus' eyes went wide. How do you know that? Are you serious? What the hell is this? There's no way you're that kid's mom. That kid? What do you mean, that kid? Why are you acting like you've met her? Seven's brow furrowed.
Wow.
So I can bribe Hula to buy me a TC. Oh my god. I have... What? Yeah, I met one of your kids. When? 9 years ago. Where? On the ship. Why were you... It's not a short story. I don't care how long it is. Tell me, please. What happened here? Seven glanced at Junpei, then turned back to Lotus and began to speak. It was the same story Junpei had heard only minutes before. Every detail. We see the amazing art of this game. Is the second and the third ones on Steam? Or just the third one on Steam?
Huh? You mean, the Zero Escape?
Mm-hmm.
I think just right now, it's just the, first one, or third one?
Mm.
But I know that they're working on, like, voice acting and stuff for the...
The second and the third. Yeah, the first
well,
and
no,
the
the
second.
first. Remake of the first.
Yeah. Okay. Lotus shook her head. Oh my god. Everything I've been looking for the last 9 years. The person who had all the answers was right here. Looking for it, yes, that's right. 9 years ago, my daughters disappeared. Then 9 days later, they came back. They never told me what had happened to them over those 9 days. I took them to the doctor, but I was told they hadn't been hurt in any way. Still, I was sure that they had been through something terrible, so I couldn't bring myself to force them to talk about it. If I did, then I'd force them to relive whatever horrors they'd been through. Okay, now I really want Lotus to survive. I didn't have any choice. Like, before I thought that she was really eye candy, but no, now I really want her to survive. I didn't have any choice. I had to try to ignore it and move on. A few months passed. Gradually, they started to act like they always had before they disappeared. Also, 9 days. 9 days, okay? 9 years ago, they were kidnapped and they were returned 9 days after. Freaking the nunnery game. They smiled and made jokes and did all the silly things kids do. It got harder and harder for me to ask about what had happened. 9 years, 9... Yes! Yes, it is. How could I ask them to remember that?
You haven't seen any Obsession with 9 yet.
No. Eventually, I knew there was no way I could do it. But I'm still a mother. I couldn't simply forget that something terrible had happened to my children. So I decided I would investigate what had happened on my own. I would find out what had happened during those 9 missing days. What did you find out? Nothing. The police pretended to be concerned, but they didn't do anything. Once the 16 children who'd gone missing came back, things were just swept under the rug. I bet if Zero played Mighty Number 9, he'd give it a 9 out of 9. Even the media didn't talk about what had happened. I figured someone was probably paying or threatening them to keep their mouths shut. Prattle Pharmaceutical. No, probably something even bigger than that. This game is John Lennon. Yes. Prattle Pharmaceutical. Have you heard of them before? No. That's the first time I've ever heard that name. 7. How did you find out that Prattle Pharmaceutical was connected to the kidnappings in the first place? I figured finding out whatever the victims had in common would lead me to the culprit. That's what any good cop does. And what did they have in common? Every single one of the kids who disappeared had gone to this one hospital at some point. The hospital was one of a bunch that were under control of Prattle Pharmaceutical. After that, it was just about connecting the dots. The hospital. For a while I was trying to get some kind of story out of the kids at the hospital. One of them told a weird story. What was it? Have you heard of the Gansfeld experiment? I guess all these kids had to go through it while they were at the hospital. I think it was passed off as some sort of counseling. 7 cleared his throat and proceeded to explain the Gansfeld experiment. First, subject Q and A are put into separate rooms far away from one another. Then a series of video images are shown to subject Q, who is told to send images to subject A by thinking about them. Oh, this is the whole thing that they were talking about earlier in the game. Subject A.
Think of this as, I want to say, what's that game? Was it not Beyond Two Souls? Or was it? The one where you had that spirit?
I think it was Beyond Two Souls.
Okay.
Yeah. Subject A, on the other hand, is put in a large reclining chair and given a blindfold. With their senses cut off, A is asked to guess what images Q is looking at. Oh yes, I've heard of that. It's a famous telepathy experiment, isn't it? Telepathy. Jinpei rolled the word over in his mind. That's how experiment in this ship was supposed to work. The experiment to control people, right? Yeah. I don't know if any of the telepathy stuff really exists, but maybe someone from Prattle Pharmaceutical bought into it. Lotus grunted. 7 had been thinking hard for the last several minutes and finally spoke. Even if that is the case, I still don't get how that has anything to do with any of this. The nunnery game, 0, why we were kidnapped. What does any of that have to do with telepathy? I know I brought all this up, but I have no idea. Maybe none of the stuff is connected after all. Then, at that moment of silence, a cold voice echoed from the ceiling. No subject has been detected. Unless a subject is detected within 60 seconds, all power will be shut down. System recovery is estimated to take 1 hour. If you wish to proceed with the experiment, please state subject in the restraining device. Whoa, that doesn't sound good. Yeah. Okay. I'm going. Oh no, that's not what we... Just hurry up and get it over with. Junpei, I'm counting on you. Right. This game is even worse each time. What the fuck?